Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative, and this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. And today, we are going to be talking about the Walking Dead Telltale Series. And today, I have a full house for you. So from my left all the way around the room, please say your names.
Hello, I'm Quinn.
Hi, I'm Zach.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Bradley.
I'm James. And Kane will be back.
And Kane will be back eventually. He went on to an amazing adventure.
We love Kane.
We do.
The GOAT.
So, if you guys do not know, The Walking Dead is in the wake of a zombie apocalypse. Lee, an ex-university teacher convicted of murder, which has a chance to redeem himself when he decides to protect an orphan girl named Clementine. That's just like, basic introduction to the whole game series, which progresses to the whole life and story of Clementine throughout the rest of the series. There is a DLC called 400 Days, and then Michonne, which is a side story pretty much, but majority of the whole Walking Dead is based around Clementine's story. So yeah, what would you guys rate this game out of 10? Starting with you, Quinn.
I'll definitely have to go with probably 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
Great story. Just, I feel like some of the continuity is kind of everywhere.
Fair.
I'd have to say that's 6.5 out of 10.
6.5, why is that?
I mean, I've barely played it, but I saw some playthroughs, pretty good playthroughs actually. I've watched through some of AJ's streams on his channel this week. So
Thank you.
Shout out to him, subscribe to him,
Do everything.
He's almost to 300 subs, I think.
I am.
But yeah, that's my reading.
All right, Danny?
7.5. I really enjoyed the story, but I felt parts of the game were kind of lackluster and boring.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it depends on how you're ranking a game, but story-wise, I'd give it like a 9, but then gameplay-wise, I'd give it like a 6. So somewhere in between there. So probably more like a 7.5.
Okay. James?
I don't remember anything from this game when I played through it, so I'm going to give you a question mark out of 10.
I'd be embarrassed too.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm proud about it.
Zach.
You didn't start watching until this week. Hey, you're good.
Also, some of those characters, some of the decisions they make drive me absolutely insane.
AKA 10 in the final season, final episode.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Just I don't know, you get really attached to these characters and then you watch them make flop after flop of a decision, inevitably leading to their deaths. Spoiler alerts, by the way, sorry.
Spoiler alerts are allowed. So.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I mean, a lot of people kind of died in the series, too.
Yeah, I was
so.
going to say, it's a game about zombies. What do we expect, folks? Anyway, yeah.
Dead zombies? The Walking Dead.
Okay, anyway.
So I would personally give the game a 9 out of 10. Even though I played this game, it took me, I don't know, I think I played this game for about a year and a half now to a year.
It took you 3 streams.
No, that was this past season, you goof butt. So I started playing this maybe a year to a year and a half ago, and I just finished yesterday, so that was nice. It was a very long journey, yes, but I personally felt like it really got me into it, like an actual TV show or movie series. It just kind of kept my grind going, even though there were sometimes it didn't seem like I was enjoying myself. It's just because the way we went along with the gameplay, my friends made my decisions. So it was torture enough to see some of the routes when I wanted to go on my own routes. But when they did say, "Oh, AJ, you can go ahead," guess when those decisions were? The major ones.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the heck? But yeah, that was the whole challenge, was the major decisions I had to make on my own.
Which decision do you regret most?
Yikes.
Everyone.
Honestly, I don't really regret much.
Saving Kenny.
I would say the most one that was sad, but I never really got to see what happened to. But I'm glad it ended that way. But even though I cried the most, was seeing Kenny walk away in the distance. I melted away.
Yeah.
I was gone. Like I cried harder when Kenny left than I did Lee.
Yeah, I'm of the same mind. Kenny was a G.
Like Lee was a great character, but for me, when I played the game, I didn't really get connected to the character. But when I remember watching the first season and I got connected to Lee.
Yeah.
But playing it, I really didn't get connected to Lee.
Well, I mean, Kenny kind of stuck around a little bit longer than Lee did, if you think about it. Of course, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I forgot about like a lot of their names. I played the game.
There are so many characters. So
I watched a lot of like playthroughs like about a year ago, and like I remember a lot that happened, but I don't remember the names of the characters. I honestly, I know this is gonna sound really bad, but like specifically the middle-aged white women. That were mostly just annoying and making problems for the whole party.
Ruby.
Yeah, Ruby. Yeah.
Ruby's one of them.
Yeah.
There was a couple others.
But I'm not wrong, right? Like they're like throughout the whole game.
You have something to say, Quinn?
No, he's right.
Like the whole game, it's always like one middle-aged Karen lady that's like making problems for everybody, and like crises are.
I feel like
created.
that's also kind of the same thing, like the older, like stubborn men.
Yes,
too.
yeah, that too.
Yes.
It's the old men. It's always the old men
the
too.
First
Yes,
old dude, he kind of
Yes.
ruined everything for
Yes, he
everyone.
did. Yes, he
Lily and Lily's dad, the worst.
Literally.
Oh, and
I'm their biggest.
Omid and what's her name?
What was it?
Omid and what's her name?
Oh,
boyfriend, girlfriend. I forget.
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember.
The one that pretty much just let
Yeah.
almost like kill everyone.
Yeah,
like,
pretty
just
much.
abandoned everyone. So
Yeah, the worst. Anyway, sorry.
I also find Kenny's wife a little annoying.
Yeah, no, she annoyed me too. Honestly, Clementine, I wish that we could have just had a game where Clementine, her de facto dad, and Kenny all just like went on an adventure together and they lived happily ever after. That's all I want.
What
Like,
you want a
Baldur's
rainbow?
Gate?
Yeah, pretty much. What was that?
You want a happy ending?
Yeah, I wanted a
I
happy
don't like
ending.
happy endings. when it
I
comes
like
to
happy
stuff.
endings. The
I know
world is
that's-
the world is already sad enough.
People happy.
Yeah, the world is already sad enough. We're already living in a sad ending, people.
I know.
I want to be in imaginary fairy tale land.
I know this sounds sad, but when it comes to this sounds really bad.
Oh gosh, here we go.
When it comes to video games and seeing other people I know like go through like harder situations in my life, it makes me escape easier
Oof.
because I know it's not realistic at all. Like a
Fair
zombie
enough.
apocalypse, it's not realistic at all. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. It could happen.
Yeah.
Okay, what's his name from Angel in the Outfield? It could happen. Great movie, by the way.
So, like, what season or which Walking Dead would be your favorite, AJ?
Oh, jeez. Oh boy.
There's a lot of the games, though.
First season felt like 2 seasons. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. A lot happens.
I would say the beginning half of the first season, and I liked a little bit of the third season. I personally thought Michonne was better than season 2.
Yeah, I would agree.
I love season 2.
Season 2 is good. I agree, but like,
I'm sorry, which one was the one where they went to the cannibal farm?
isn't that season 2?
I think that was season 2.
Or is that at the end or the second half of season 1? That's what I'm saying. It feels like 2.
Yeah.
The second half of season 1.
Okay, yeah. Because that was that whole.
Okay.
Season 2 is mostly focused on like Clementine and Kenny just trying to survive together, which
That's
I
right.
loved.
I
the
love
more
that.
Kenny, the more I'm
Yeah,
happy.
that is true. It's really hard because I feel like I don't know, seeing just AJ and Clementine together
Yeah.
before AJ grew up was probably the best because you really could see how great Clementine was skillfully.
Yeah. I think honestly, what I liked about The Walking Dead was like you needed all of those seasons to tell Clementine's story.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciated the fact that like you see her grow as a person and it kind of comes full circle. And like I think that's what that's why the story
I
is
think
so
the
good.
fourth one really shows that because
Yeah.
she's genuinely trying to show AJ the right way, and then
Yeah.
everyone's calling her out like, "You're the one that did this. You're the one that did this," and it makes you think, "Holy crap, I did do this. What the heck am I doing?" I really did like James in the game in the
I like
fourth
James
season
too.
until he switched on you.
Yeah.
I was like,
Also, I'm sorry.
I'm
if
like,
my voice
I
sounds
can-
bad. I've been kind of low key sick. Everybody, I'm sorry.
"No, you're okay." It's just it makes me mad when bro's like, peace, world peace. When you're in the zombie apocalypse, I can understand like you're trying to be peace, but you're in the zombie apocalypse, man.
Who was that one character that looked like PewDiePie from early 2000s?
Oh my god, I know who you're talking about. He did look like him. He had the beard.
What
and everything.
season?
Season 1, like towards the end or middle.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look at.
I wish I
during
saw
break.
more of him, but like no matter what option he would have chose, he would have died. I wish I could have saw him more.
Are you talking about Ben?
I think so. He
That
has
does
like
not look like PewDiePie.
He has like a Letterman jacket and such.
Yeah, that's Ben.
Yeah, it's like PewDiePie.
No.
Early 2000s PewDiePie.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't agree.
I'm trying to think of some stuff. I'm trying to like go through the memory bank. Of,
There's
like,
a lot
Walking
to
Dead.
it.
Yeah,
There's a
a
lot.
lot. It's been
Ben,
a
you,
while.
while you're thinking, I'll help generate. I'll let your brain load for a second. IGN's rating on the whole game was a 9.2 out of 10.
I mean, okay, so here's the problem: is like Telltale games and like Choose Your Own Adventure, Butterfly Effect games. I'm sorry, am I being too quiet or something?
No, you're good. You're good.
I think the gameplay is sometimes boring if it's not done right. Like,
I think they did good with this.
I think they did okay, but like some of the seasons, it feels like
Season 3 felt long.
yeah, it just like I don't know.
Season 1 felt super duper long.
Wasn't season 4 also like the last Telltale game that the company ever
Yeah.
made? So I feel
Yeah.
like that's the reason why they dragged it off so much that they can get as much
Season
money
4
as they
felt
could.
too quick for me.
Season 4?
Yes.
I thought it was kind of too long.
Each episode was only 2.5 hours.
That's pretty long.
No. Well, if this is anything, average story games, each episode is 5 hours long.
So here's,
Like on average, well,
yeah.
like Life is Strange, each episode's like 3 to 5 hours long.
Here's my biggest problem with all of these games is like your character just moves so effing slow and you're just like wandering from room to room picking up collectible after collectible.
That's one thing I did not like about the 4th season.
Oh.
My friends were like, "Oh, you missed a collectible." I'm like, "I just want to progress the story."
Literally,
dude.
it's like, dude, I don't care if I missed the 28th box, okay? Just let me go.
That's why I do like games like The Last of Us. Like, yeah, there was collectibles, but it wasn't forced collectibles. Like, you're not gonna
Yeah.
miss out on anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how the 4th season was too. It wasn't forced,
Yeah.
but my friends made it feel forced because they're like, "AJ, you can't go in there until you get
Until you
collectible."
pick up the 28th screwdriver, you'll miss this secret Easter egg. And you're like, bro, nah. I'm not about to go searching in some bushes for the extra blue screwdriver, okay? Like,
If you
if you hold left click in this spot and then do a triple double somersault backflip, you unlock this limited edition hat. And I'm like, bro, that you can't wear. It just hangs out in your like, loading screens. And I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
no.
I know. What was it? We did find some Easter eggs. It wasn't like collectibles. It was like cutscenes
Yeah.
where I forget what it was, but it was like some zombie dance. I'll have to show you. It was
my
really
gosh,
weird. It was
yeah.
really funny.
Yeah.
I'll have to show you guys here in a
The
second.
zombies hitting the boogie.
They be hitting the boogie.
Doing the default dance. Oh my lord.
What about it?
Cold War, there was a Easter egg in zombies that had the coffin dance of zombies.
Oh my gosh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
The coffin dance.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Telltale games, but it's just like I love the story aspect, but sometimes I just feel like I'm playing a book. You know?
Yeah, and that's kind of the reason why the company kind of shut down. They had so
They
much
came back. They came back.
They came back, but the
I'm
first
glad
time
they
they
did.
went away, but they were under scrutiny of like really not having an alternative make your choice story.
That was the other.
Because no matter
problem.
what, you would have had the same results.
That was
because
another
the
thing
writers
that
were
drove me nuts.
rushed.
Yeah,
The
were
writers
rushed.
were rushed.
But either way, it didn't stop the heat.
Yeah,
heat though.
I kind of need like my actions to have consequences. Otherwise, it's like, well, now I'm just watching a movie.
yeah,
That's
And
why
it's like-
this whole thing has consequences on your decisions.
And it does, but then sometimes some of the other decisions that you think might be important aren't actually important. It just
One
affects
season,
what-
I can tell you that your actions didn't really have consequences, aka Michonne,
yeah,
in
yeah.
season 3.
I would
Season 3, I don't know. I feel like no matter what you do, it feels like somehow you kill everyone.
The big thing is just it's on railroads. It's like the big thing is like your decisions might have different outcomes, but you still show up in like the same areas and like
Yeah.
the same events still happen. It's just with different people. and like with different reactions to that situation.
And that's kind of.
Are you saying you want more bigger webs like in Detroit Become Human?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I mean, think about it. The Walking Dead came out way before Detroit, though.
That is
it did, but the only issue I can see that the game fell on, it was that they want to keep on making separate games and they couldn't keep on writing separate environments, separate interactions.
They didn't have
all the
enough time because they were rushed.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but my main point is that they keep on making new games separate compared to Detroit just made it one game.
Yeah, and that's why I will always rank Detroit Become Human higher than The Walking Dead because it's just like
yeah.
it's just such a better passion project of love, and like you can see they put so much time into that, and it shows. Because like there's parts of the game that you might just never access.
I'm pretty sad that we're probably never going to get something like that because of the director.
Yeah, it's a little sad actually. Honestly, that's one thing that's been so disheartening with game development in general has been like, and it's all media in general these days. It's like rush it out and like get it done as quickly as possible and make a profit as quickly as possible because we don't have time, and it's like. It's no longer about like making good products. It's about whether or not you can turn.
It's just making money anymore.
Exactly.
Which is sad because I did have this same conversation with one of my professors. It's all just a business deal anymore.
Yeah, literally.
There's no creativity anymore. It's just straight up business deal. That's why there are so many sequels after sequels
That's
after
why
sequels
you have
after sequels.
things like the Minecraft movie that exist. You cannot tell me Jack Black and like every other actor was happy to be on that set.
Okay, I guarantee you were happy and having fun, but who really thought that this was an amazing script?
Well, nobody. Like
Maybe Jack Black.
Okay,
Yeah,
this
that would
is
actually go
Jack
hard.
Black.
True.
Anyway,
oh my
we're getting
gosh,
off topic. We're getting off topic.
I like that. This is Jack Black.
I am Steve.
Do you ever think that there's gonna be a whole genre now called just memes? It's like the crappiest movies, but yet the biggest of
AKA the
humors.
emoji movie.
Yeah, exactly. Emoji movie, Minecraft movie.
E-movies. Yeah. Anyway, back to The Walking Dead. We're not. Yeah, sorry.
All right. Like I said, IGN rated 9.2 out of 10. They commented by saying the decisions you are making in the moment have ripples that go throughout the entire adventure. As you play through, the big moments come when you choose how Lee responds to situations and what he says in conversions or conversations with his fellow survivors. Choices and dialogue pop up on screen with timers, and you have seconds to pick exactly what you're going to do or
that is
say.
the fanciest way to ever describe a quick time event in my life. Holy.
And then they also said you choose and the game moves on adapting its story to each decision.
Yeah.
Which is just like you said.
I think it's debatable. I think like how much is it really different if you have like character A with you versus character B? Because like it's still the same outcome. Like you just have a different person with you at the end of the story. Or like for example, in one season, I think it was like you had to like choose either like Kenny or like another woman, and go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Continue.
I was just gonna say like I think it has long lasting impacts, but like you're still railroaded into like dealing with one person afterwards.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's like
And that, I feel like I get what you're saying, but think about it. It's just like, what would you rather deal with, this person or this person?
yeah, that's
Fair.
It's not like straight up like they're going to be different environments. It's going to be like, okay, who would you rather survive with, Kenny or Lee? Like that's an example. It's
I
not-
mean, true, but my only thing is, especially if it's seen from season 2 to season 4, if you were to like pick the woman, I forgot her name,
Yeah.
over Kenny in season 2.
generic
Are you
Karen
talking
Lady
about
3.
Lily or Lily over Kenny?
I think Lily, she had like an orange coat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just call them generic Karen Lady number 2.
Woman number
I mean, she
1.
comes
Yeah.
back in season 4 either way.
Yeah, she comes back, but she like no matter what, if you were to choose her over Kenny in season 2, they'll both come back in season 4. So
I mean, Kenny's not in season 4.
he is in a flashback, technically.
Flashbacks.
Flashback Kenny.
Yeah.
Flashback Lee. He comes back in season 4.
Really?
Yeah, it's a dream of Clem's right before the big fight.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Do we have like a follow-up question to The Walking Dead or potential? I don't know. I'm curious if we have any like reflective questions about
I do. It's at the very end.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
No, you're
I don't know
good.
how these things are paced.
No, you're good. The next part is going to be like the media update.
I'm sorry.
Next part's like the media update, and we're gonna go into like our
okay,
favorite
gotcha.
characters and what character am I, which we're gonna have to do
Media
that quiz.
update.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah,
No, what's that about?
it's where I go into the news and I
Ooh.
talk about like new video games, shows, and movies coming out, or
very
just
exciting,
general
very
pop
exciting.
culture
Oh, wow.
updates.
I saw. What did I see recently?
Well-
They're coming out with the Outer Worlds 2. I'm very excited about
Ooh,
that.
I did not see that.
Outer Worlds.
I never played the first one.
Highly recommend it. It's by the same people that made Fallout New Vegas, Obsidian. The gameplay is a little lackluster, but like if you really like story, it's really, really well written. And it's one of the funniest games I've ever played in my life because they nail like corporate speak so well, and like just like corporate dystopia is like perfectly demonstrated in that game. So if you're into that,
I'll have to check it out for sure.
yeah, it's so funny.
Is it free?
It was free on Epic at one point. Yeah, that's why you got to keep track of your Epic games, folks. You never know if a good freebie is gonna pop up.
That is true. I agree with you. Menu, here's just a few things that are coming up or currently happened this week. So, My Chemical Romance has released a deluxe edition of 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. So, if you guys are big fans of My Chemical Romance, they released a deluxe edition of that. The Last of Us show just announced for a third season. And The Last of Us show season 2 just came out today, about an hour and 20 minutes ago.
Oh wow, that's actually that's crazy.
But yeah.
Yeah,
And then China is reportedly considering banning U.S. films in response to tariffs.
hilarious.
Interesting.
They're
Interesting.
Very
gonna have to make
interesting.
like knock off like Marvel movies.
I
where
mean, it's
gonna
not
be-
like they're already doing that in the first place.
I'm sure people still watch either way,
Yeah,
even outside the country.
They're gonna have to watch like Kid and Arachnid, you know, and like like Tin
Metal
Man.
Man. Metal Man.
Yeah, Metal Man.
It was also reported. It was also reported that that the creator of The Last of Us said that Joel was right.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I
agree.
Wait, what?
I agree about saving Ellie.
Oh.
I agree
heard
with it.
about that.
From Joel's perspective, Joel is correct, but from everybody else's perspective,
I feel like no. If you're going scientifically, they're going wrong about it. They don't have to kill Ellie. They're doing something completely wrong. Yet,
I mean, again, it's like, here's the thing: is like when you're talking about like survival of humanity, yes, they're going about it the wrong way, but they're also one of the few organizations and people with the capabilities to actually synthesize and create, even if like they're being stupid about it. Like it's the very fact that they have the capability to do it, and really nobody else does. And
it's
one
the
of
fact that like every time I played the first game, they're like, it could save humanity when it's like an 40-60 like percentage.
Yeah, I mean, fair, but it's also like things, you got to look at how bad things are, and like to even have a shot that it's going to save humanity, you got to look at it from like cost perspective. It's like, okay, this one kid that like let's be brutal. Joel is one of the only people that actually cares about her. Like from an outside
you
perspective,
see a lot of people that care about
yeah,
her.
but like for different reasons, right? Like they see her as a means to an end. And like Joel actually cares about her like a father-daughter dynamic.
Yeah.
But like from an outside perspective, Ellie is just one random orphan out of like hundreds of thousands that like has the actual chance to save the world, and it's like let her die. Like I know that sounds like that sounds brutal.
Sounds like a cult going on. It's not like
I know
they
it sounds
are.
I know it sounds cold, but like you have to look at it in terms of like just pure numbers. It's like this girl, one life could save millions potentially. It's like you have to take that risk.
And
like
be it
people are dying anyway.
I don't know if you've played the second game. There was a whole conversation about it between Joel and Ellie. Ellie said she would love to give up her life for it too.
Yeah, let her. Like again, it's like millions of people are dying like constantly,
That's why.
and it's
But
the hero guy.
yeah, like
Let it die.
let it. I am, bro. Let her die. And again, it's like what happens if Joel saves her? Ellie slips on her, head, and then like decides that she has an open wound on her knee, and then the knee gets infected, and then she dies. Because everybody forgets that, but like in zombie apocalypses, it's not just the zombies that murder you. It's like the fact that we
Natural
don't have
disaster.
antibiotics. So like, what if she dies to like something completely meaningless anyway? At least her death, that's assured anyway, will give her like tons of meaning.
It'd be funny if she died from tetanus.
I think it would be so funny, actually. Like, he goes and, Joel goes on a warpath, kills like hundreds of people to save her. He pulls her out.
I mean,
she scrapes her
Joel
knee on
almost
some
died from
rusty metal.
tetanus.
Dead. What was
Joel
it?
almost died from tetanus,
Yeah,
but also
yeah.
bleed out.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was so funny when
I
when Joel
totally
got
didn't cry at
impaled.
all.
Greatest moment in the game ever.
Yeah, literally. Peak. Yep. I was like, haha, little old man's got locked off.
That's not funny.
Not crying at all. Anyway, sorry.
No remorse.
No remorse at all. Anyway, not sad at all. Why
Spider-Man
did Joel die? Sorry.
Brand New Day was announced to release on July 31st,
Another Spider-Man
2026. Yeah, or movie.
Oh, another movie. Can we just let Spider-Man chill? Like, how many more Spider-Man video games and movies do we need, folks? Like,
Apparently a lot. I'm
like-
wondering how the lawsuits are going to work with this. There's so many films. There's so many
just
Spider-Man.
let Spider-Man retire, bro. He has given up.
They
This
want the money.
They do.
they do, but this future generation doesn't have a Spider-Man. I grew
Yeah.
up with Tobey Maguire. Some people had Andrew Garfield. What's the next generation going to have?
It's just. they're
I
gonna
mean, I love Tom Holland.
I love Tom Holland too.
They're
but
gonna recast him as Timothy Chalamet.
That would be
I can
interesting,
see
honestly.
that.
It
But
just-
Timothy Chalamet seems more like a Flash, not like the Flash,
think he
but
is.
flat like
No, I don't
Flash,
think
like
so.
Friends of Spider-Man. Like,
like, I know who you're talking
yeah,
about.
Flash.
The Flash is like, he's a high schooler, and
In
he's
the-
like,
Oh yeah, I can see that.
I actually don't hate Timothy Chalamet. I love Timothy Chalamet. I hate that people are like trying to like cast him in everything.
Mhm.
just like everyone with Jenna Ortega.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like, respectfully, like, not every actor is suited for every single role. you
And
know?
Chris Pratt,
Yeah, Chris Pratt's
and now Jack Black.
Yeah.
It's a me, Mario.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah. Oh my. Well, okay. Dwayne the Rock Johnson actually isn't cast for that many roles. He's
he plays
always
the same character.
He's just the same character in like 18 different movies.
He's The Rock.
He's
I was
the
just-
yeah. He literally just plays the Rock in a jungle.
It would have been fun if we saw him as the Thing though for Marvels.
Oh my god, that would be so funny though.
He smelled the Rock is cooking.
The Beatles, a 4-film cinematic, is going to be coming out April
Yeah, I
2028,
heard about that.
and each one is about each band member. How do you guys feel about that? I
Some
think
of
it'd be
the-
interesting. Like, it's so like different. You don't
It
see
sounds interesting, but the casting seems so off.
Yeah, I'm a diehard Beatles fan. I have been my entire life, and like, I don't-
What's your top favorite Beatle then?
so my top. Okay, this
What's
is
your top
actually a
favorite
great
type of
question.
Beatle?
Any
The
Beatles
Bug.
fan, this is a fantastic question because it changes depending on how you progress in life. I'd say like when you're younger and you're more like politically involved and you care more about like opinions of people, like John Lennon, because John Lennon was such a like opinionated person, and he gave his opinion about so many things, and he was very influential in that regard. And then like you also really like Paul McCartney because he's so mellow and he just kind of gets people, and like he kind of understands like how the struggle. Like, I don't know, he sings Let It Be, I think, or like a couple songs, or maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's like some of those songs just like speak to you, and they're very, very influential. And then like you kind of progress, and then like George Harrison is great because he's such a fantastic guitarist, and like and he's so quiet, and you would never get it initially until you start paying attention to him. So that's really fun. And then finally you finish it off with Ringo. And Ringo is just a G. If you got listen, I'm serious. You go look up Ringo's singles, they are fantastic.
I agree.
He was made for the 70s. Like Ringo,
Oh, for sure.
Ringo was supposed to be in like 70s, early 80s. He would have thrived
He
there.
was made for that era.
That's what I'm saying. He was just in the wrong era, and like I love his songs. His songs
Imagine
are so
being called
beautiful.
born in the wrong era.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
it's a worthy title to have.
I'll-
Also,
yeah, go ahead, sorry.
I think John Lennon is like one of the first celebrities to actually make his platform about political stances,
Yeah.
which is kind of interesting. I didn't know
Yeah.
about that, but
he was
it
pretty-
makes sense.
He was pretty influential in that regard.
I think
but,
wasn't
yeah.
it his reason why he like even passed away as well?
It's speculated that that's where you get into the theories, and it's like
True.
whether or not the government assassinated him, that's up in the air.
Yes,
sorry,
go ahead.
Sorry.
Anyway, Octopus's Garden is one of the cutest songs in my entire life. Anyway, go ahead.
Fair enough. All right, to finish off with the media updates, we got Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is coming out June 4th, 2027. And then Tron Ares trailer has dropped, which I'm excited for the next Tron.
That'll be fire, actually.
We're going to come back with favorite character and, of course, our character quizzes. So what character am I? And then we're going to jump into some of the theories. How does
$10.
that sound?
James is Kenny. $10.
That would be very interesting, honestly. Anywho, thank you guys so much for joining in. I'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. So I'll see you guys in at 10:41. So this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show from WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. Enjoy. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. And today we're going to be continuing to talk about the Walking Dead Telltale Series. And I am with...
Quinn.
Hi, I'm Zach.
I'm back, Kane.
And the others are still finishing up the quiz. That's why we're a little bit late. We were waiting for them and they were taking forever. So yeah. Starting off with Quinn, what did you get as a character?
I got Kenny, that's for sure. I'm not kind of surprised by it, but at the same time, I'm kind of surprised by it.
What does it say for you?
Whoa there, cowboy. There's a lot of stress you got, mister. Might be a good idea to take up boxing or something to take that anger out. You're definitely going through it. P.S. Don't kill anyone just yet. I know people are annoying, but actually, just don't find a reason to.
Okay. Zach, who'd you get? You're still
Same here.
All right. Danny, are you done?
I got PewDiePie. I got Ben.
Okay. Read the description. He
Head
does not
to-
look like PewDiePie, by the way.
Does.
What do you mean? It's PewDiePie.
It's
That's not
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie.
That is Amnesia PewDiePie.
No.
Head so high up in the clouds you can't. I'm not saying that. Think straight. You haven't had a coherent thought in maybe 10 years, but it's okay because you're a real sweetheart, like genuinely a good person. And maybe
Yeah,
you think you aren't because you made some mistakes in the past, but the fact that you recognize that means you're improving. You care about everyone, and maybe that ends up overwhelming you. But honestly, I respect it. I'm not reading that rest. There's a lot of cuss words.
Fair enough. All right. Who'd you guys get?
I got Omid.
Ooh,
You
interesting.
tend to stay cheerful even in dark times and see the best in everyone around you. You're the funny one in the group and the person that people look to when times are tough. So thank you for that astrology reading. That was so helpful. Next, let's get our horoscopes read.
All right. Who'd you get?
Before I say who'd you guys all get?
So Quinn got Kenny.
All right.
Danny got Ben. And
Omid. All right.
Omid.
So none of the others have shared?
They haven't finished yet.
All right.
And I'll do my last, of course.
Yeah, always. I got Javier. And it says, I like you. You're very down to earth. Don't get me wrong. You probably have a lot of issues and stuff to work out, but you're going to get through it. You seem to care about family and friends a lot. This gives you strength and something to live for. P.S. Try and focus more on your work/study life. I think you can make great things happen.
What does Javier look like again? That name sounds so familiar, and I can't put a name on it. Oh, from season 3, the character you play is in season 3. That is great.
So I'm sensing in this room that everybody has some difficult burden they're dealing with. And I hope that they work for it. Yeah. I hope they're able to work through it. I have this feeling that everybody cares about something. That's the vibe I'm getting from some of these.
Stupid.
Dang, it's tough.
I mean, Ben isn't. Well, he's kind of stupid,
Yeah, dang.
but we love. He's very adorable. We love him though.
I'm not PewDiePie though. I'm not that bridge guy.
What'd you say, Zach?
I got a character result.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you. Listen in.
Oh.
Yeah, you heard me.
What did I say?
Anyways, I got Rick Grimes.
Oh.
Yeah. yeah.
Because you have a speech impediment when
No.
you're pronouncing your son's
No.
name.
No.
Tell me about your thwuggle.
Look here, Bradley Smith.
Did you take the right one from? Did you take the right one?
The Walking Dead or Walking Dead Telltale Series?
I took the Walking Dead.
Oh,
I'm not sure if I took the right one because there's Clementine. Great.
Oh, okay. Read the bio. Read the bio.
I got Zach Britt.
Well, aren't you just fantastic? Both super hot and smart.
Why does it say hi?
Hey, it does say it. You would be a great leader and definitely.
Is it
wouldn't take
Violet
shit
saying
from-
that or like Lewis is saying that?
Yeah. You'd definitely be a great leader and definitely wouldn't take shit from anyone. Sorry for the language. P.S.
Wow.
Don't be too hard on yourself. Give yourself a break and round of applause.
Do you guys want to take a guess on who I am?
AJ Reinach. You're AJ Reinach, right?
You're Lee.
Okay.
a man who invited me on here.
Okay. I want to hear from the right side of the room.
I said Kenny.
Peanut
I
gallery.
said a stranger.
Ooh, talking about the strain. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Dude, I wish.
You're the cop.
I'm the dead cop. No, I got drum roll, please. I got Kenny. I got Kenny. Whoa there, cowboy. That's a lot of stress you got, mister. Might be a good idea to take up boxing or something to get that anger out. You have put up with a lot of crap, and you are definitely going through it. P.S. Please don't kill anyone just yet. I know people are annoying, but actually, I can't think of a reason to. I'm joking. Please maybe get help.
Yikes.
I don't know. I think you were pretty close to killing someone earlier.
Which one?
Either me or Zach.
Hey, when did I come in this ballpark?
Uno.
I wonder why.
I wasn't gonna kill either of you. I was dying laughing. I think you guys were gonna kill me.
If someone has any videos of earlier, please send them AJ's way so you can post them on the newsroom.
No, definitely not.
I have a social
I got a digital footprint to uphold.
I got a
Alright.
sanity to hold.
Fun fact, everybody, when it comes to digital footprint, I probably am a ghost compared to all of you.
For sure. I have the
I don't have
heaviest
anything.
footprint compared to all of y'all.
Mind sharing your secrets?
I have nothing on social media.
I have a lot.
I have everything on
Yeah,
you, Brad.
James has everything on me. He could end my life. Anyway,
I think I have the heaviest online presence.
I would say the guy that
For
owns
good
a
or for
radio
worse?
show does.
I mean, I just
Good.
exist. Don't
Good.
worry.
I've been doing YouTube and all that since like middle school, so I have a pretty heavy footprint.
I mean, ever since I got a computer.
I never said the most impactful. I just said like I
No.
share the most.
Listen, I'm thinking of how.
AJ, share your social
Yeah.
social security number right now. Prove it to them.
I don't spam. I just say like I've been doing it for a long time.
Here, I'll go first. 279.
313.
4.
No. Anyway,
All I can think about is the Little Rascals. Your social security number? 7.
Yep.
All right. So when it comes to these characters, who's your guys' favorite character? Who wants to start? Can
Javier.
start.
The Walking Dead.
It's not a character.
yeah. I mean, it depends on the season, right? Because
Just
like,
overall.
well, I mean, Clementine's like the goat of the show, like the whole series. Like, it's about her character and like how she progresses as a person. So it's like
Guys, he's friends with the goat.
it's hard not to like that character the most because we see her the most and see
Yeah.
her growth.
I mean, look at her in season 1. She's adorable. Who doesn't like Clem?
Yeah, I mean, well, she actually annoys me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm not a big fan of Clementine.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah,
What?
she starts off super annoying, but then like she becomes an adult, like a normal person, and then I kind of like her.
She became normal,
Yeah.
but now no, she's like massacring everyone.
dead.
Well, she's like, how I'm only 8.
I'm gonna have to go with Lee. It's a little bit underrated, but like I like his little
Underrated. I think
story.
he's overrated.
I don't know. I kind of like the story plot line of like he's a criminal, but yeah, he's trying to better himself
Yeah,
through
but I do agree
tough
with that.
times. I really like
Yeah.
that plot line a lot.
I definitely like Lee. It's definitely Lee or Clementine though.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm gonna throw it out there. I think Kenny's a goat. My glorious King Kenny. Man steps up
I
pretty
love
much
Kenny.
every time.
Kenny.
I like Daryl.
Okay.
You know what? I
Okay, Zach.
like Rick Grimes, guys.
I like Glenn.
I like his crossbow.
I like my computer wife Karen.
Okay, Plankton.
Yeah.
We're doing like mulch universes here.
Oh, The Walking Dead still.
Anywho, I personally think I fit with my character the most. Personally,
I mean, I'm dumb, so I'm kind of already top notch accurate.
I don't know about you guys, but I think I fit into Kenny's shoes pretty well.
I feel like I fit Ben a bit more.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like you definitely fit Ben.
Oh my God, he's PewDiePie.
Nah,
Actually, no.
I think I'm
You're
more
Violet.
Ben.
Top of the
morning,
morning,
who's
guys. My
Violet
name is
again?
X.
The girl that you meet in season 4, the
Oh,
love,
the girl
one of the
I hate.
potential love interests.
But
I hate her.
What?
She's annoying.
I'm
I
definitely
can
a Ben.
agree, but like like she can be annoying. She can be, but she's helped a lot.
She helped giving me a headache.
Hamburger.
Dang.
Yeah.
Do you guys fit with your? Do you guys believe that you fit with your?
I mean,
characters?
the problem I have with all of these like BuzzFeed quizzes is like they do soft reading a lot and like do like general personality descriptors, and it's like I did a lot of this in like 2020, and like it's so easy to like ascribe yourself to the person because you just think
Yeah.
of examples where you fit that person. But I think the problem is that like these are 2D characters, then it's like you can't ascribe yourself to a character.
No, I mean, I feel like one of the most confusing questions they had on the character quiz was the Hogwarts question.
yeah,
that's what I
that
thought.
threw me off.
Also, again, it's like, you know, you can like people are multifaceted. It's like you can't like you will never be that person. You can't. It's just not.
Yeah.
So I just don't subscribe to it. I would say when the times get tough, I am not like when times are tough, I am not a cheery person. Like I might try and like lighten the room, but like I'm not a cheery, happy person.
I don't know what you mean. I think I can be a pretty convincing Bradley Smith.
Yeah, you know what? You're right, James.
I don't know
James is a
about
better
y'all,
Brad than
but
I
I'm
am.
definitely Kenny.
Yeah, I feel like you're the best one that fits your character the
Oh,
bit most.
skinny? I was like that probably.
But like,
Or Shaggy. One of those two.
I don't know. When it comes to characters, I feel like nice ASMR over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Eat that.
Brad, stop. Brad, no.
Don't get excited.
What you got there, Kane? You gotta share.
Cookie.
Oh yeah.
Have a bite.
Yeah.
Um.
Why don't you share a bite with everybody?
Okay.
We're gonna have to edit that out. We're gonna have to edit that out. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, cut.
Cut that out.
Anywho, we're gonna move on to some of the theories I've got here. Do you guys remember Carlos?
I vaguely remember.
He's the one that's like the doctor in one of the seasons, like the medic.
Yeah.
That everyone's like, "Oh,
I
this
think-
guy's the medic."
Yeah, I think I vaguely remember him. But
Do
it's been
you
a
guys
while.
really believe that he's the doctor?
No, not at all. I don't. Okay, but also I have a very different doctrine of belief in The Walking Dead. I don't trust a single thing anybody ever says to me in that world. It's like I would be that like borderline like
You would be
distrust-
AJ.
I would be. I
You
absolutely
would definitely be AJ.
I don't trust anybody. Like we're in the zombie.
You would be me.
Yeah, it's the zombie apocalypse. Everybody's out to get everybody. You can't trust anybody.
Run.
That's what I'm saying. I would run. Like danger,
I
run.
mean, I'm Ben, so if I was like, ooh, yeah, let's go talk.
Oh yes, a
Get
random
shot.
stranger, a stranger in the post-apocalypse. Yes, let me trust this person with my life.
Dolls, you said? Bet.
Like again, you can't trust anything anybody says in this world.
Who's
Yeah.
that one character he had like a child with in like season 2 and then like
Yeah.
passed
Kenny?
away? No.
Kenny had a child.
No.
Doug.
Not Canon. I'm talking about the other guy. Doug?
No,
It's Doug.
Oh.
I said Duck.
Oh, Doug.
Duck is the kid that died.
He had a child beginning of season 2. He died very violently. I forgot his name. Oscar? No. No.
The ASMR is crazy. It's so funny.
I don't even remember the name anymore.
Kane?
I would not trust Zach in a zombie apocalypse.
I wouldn't either. He's got a shifty look about him. Anyway, you know,
He would be the first one to die.
Can you move you got to move your mic towards yourself if you want to talk.
I
yeah.
don't care.
By the way, I was just gonna say, I would be the equivalent of like the doomsday prepper from like The Last of Us. That's who I would be. Like, I wouldn't trust anybody. I would set up my own little habitat.
No, the father of that child.
Like, you can't trust anybody.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same.
Father
Yeah,
of
honestly,
I would end it. No.
I have myself my little garden and
yeah,
everyone
he
else.
gets it. Yeah, he gets it.
I'm not some zombie.
Anyway,
no random stranger.
No, I
we
mean,
ain't friends.
I don't think you can trust anything anybody says.
It's just a fake
Yeah,
memory.
no, I wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, if you know the person beforehand, but like a lot of the people that like the party meets during their adventure is like random strangers. And it's like you can't like trust random strangers that you've never met before. Cause like you can't trust anything they'll say. Like you have no reference for whether or not like cause like you have to think about it. Like societal norms have broken down. Society does not exist anymore.
Yeah.
Everything that we know as like a society is gone. Like common decency, golden rule, like all of those things are dead. You have to go back to like dark ages, like
Caveman days.
Caveman days. Seriously, like hunter gatherer. Like there are no.
So you're saying James deserved to die?
No, but no. Again, this is because I know James and
Not
like,
this James.
oh
The James.
Oh, the James. Yeah, no, not at all, dude.
So you're saying he deserved to die?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because James shouldn't have approached the party to begin with. That's the thing. Is like if I were James, I would have never approached that party.
Yeah, stop approaching the party, James.
No, James, no. Real life James is awesome, and we love him. Real life James is like a brother to me. I love James.
All right, moving on.
No, you won't.
So with the Carlos theory of definitely not being a doctor, there's a lot of like proof that he's clearly not a doctor. You remember when Clem got bit by the dog?
Yeah.
And he's like, that's a zombie bite when it's clearly like not a human bite and it's a gash from a dog.
I mean,
Because if it was a zombie bite, it wouldn't just be a line. It would be a big patch of flesh.
Yeah, it would be.
Gone.
Also, again, it's like, here's the problem I have with all of these Telltale games is like the decisions they're not what I would do. They're not what I would do. It's like you can't present to me as like a choose your own adventure and then not give me like logical choices.
I also feel like some of the options that you would choose, it sounds good when like the title of it is like, oh, be mean to this character, but yet these, I don't know how to describe it. Some of the options you have with
Or
dialogue,
they don't say what you
it does,
say.
it doesn't
Fallout
do
4
the
had
justice.
that problem so much.
Yeah.
Where it was like, it's like, you know, your character's like, oh yeah, tell them no. And then they're like, screw you, I hope you die. And you're like, whoa, that's not what I said at all. And so it's like, yeah.
I've been there. I've been there.
Yeah, so it's like, for example, that bite with Clementine. It's like, okay, instead of just saying, oh, she's going to be a zombie, kill her, or hey, we're just going to completely ignore this. How about instead a third option where we just kind of like quarantine her and
In a shed that they clearly don't care.
Yeah, and like wait for her and like see if she turns because it doesn't take that long. And it's like, but
I mean,
but
it's
no.
just like The Last of Us 2. They're like, oh my gosh, she's gonna turn. And it's like she's been it's clearly that she's immune.
Yeah,
she's not gonna turn.
Exactly. Yeah, decisions like that have always driven me nuts. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, but something I've noticed with decisions and just like the pathways things go is like sometimes it'll be like you'll know something right away, and then other times it's like you don't know, and it still tries to make you go this like certain path, and it doesn't really give you much of like an idea of where you're going, and it's just kind of options and like things you like have to choose that you're not really understanding what you're doing or going, and just like a lot of the like options I've noticed when making decisions, I like it's like you said, it's not something I would like actually do.
Mm-hmm. It's not at all. Bro's mewing over here in the corner. All right. But like I said, Carlos is obviously not a medic or a doctor, whatever you want to call him. There's obvious ones with the bite and them clearly not caring about Clem at all by putting her in the shed and then just avoiding the whole situation at whole. And then she just, I thought it was funny that like her version of the like alcohol was like the
Yeah.
juice box, which I just thought was so
that was
funny.
so funny. Yeah.
I remember grabbing myself a juice box as well.
For the record,
For this
everybody,
scene.
I would go full Captain Jack Sparrow in the zombie apocalypse. I'm drinking every drink, doing every drug. I mean, like, everything. Like, if it's the end of the world, I want to experience everything. You know what I'm saying?
You heard it. You heard it here, folks.
You're gonna have that point.
If there was a supper, I would
No,
get the
I'm
nearest
kidding.
gun and shoot myself. Like,
No,
yeah, I'm
no,
good.
no.
But yeah.
Sorry about that, everybody.
No, you're
Anyway,
Top of the morning, guys.
Top of the morning to you, laddies. My name is Jacksepticeye.
I love Jacksepticeye.
That was horrible.
I never,
I haven't watched him in so
I never
long.
played the game, but I surely did watch PewDiePie play the game, though.
Yeah.
I bet you got so annoyed of his voice at the end.
At the end, yes. Beginning, no.
Okay, real quick, I want everybody's opinions. Are we afraid of the zombie apocalypse
No.
ever happening? I'm not.
I
'Cause, like,
am. If they're all like the walkers, no. If they are
yeah.
like the Last of Us zombies, most definitely yes.
Yeah, I don't know. My problem with all these zombie shows. Sorry, go ahead.
Honestly, to me, I feel like it'd be like a real challenge to myself because if I die, I die.
Bro, so
but if
life
I-
is not challenging enough.
If I'm still alive, I'm still alive.
I am going to the store. Not challenging enough. I gotta go fight through the storms. It's got to be like the mist style. I gotta fight some bugs before I can get to the store. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like if
that's a
any
good
of
movie
them,
to talk about next season.
I feel like if
Nice.
either of them were more likely, it'd be The Last of Us
Yeah.
because the
Yeah,
the
the
muta-
fungi and stuff.
Mutations.
I mean, again, here's the problem I have with all zombie shows and media because I got super
You got
into like
lore?
zombie. I got super into zombie horror. The problem I have with every single one of them is they always like underestimate the military capabilities of the U.S. military. For the record, just fun fact information: the U.S. is capable of like boots on the ground anywhere in the world within like an hour. Like they can have soldiers on the ground in a location within an hour.
Yeah,
That's insane. Like the response time for that is crazy anywhere in the world. And it's like that's hard to achieve and like artillery is really effective. And it's like we would just go back to like World War I days. Like it's like seriously, like it would just like
how about the Cold War?
yeah, or that. Like again, like zombies are not that scary to me, especially if they're like walkers. Machine guns are really good at their job. That's all I'm gonna say.
One thing I do find about the Walking Dead Telltale specifically that I would give credit to
Yeah.
is like sure that they're walkers, it's easy to get away from, but once there is like abundance of them out, I can see how stressful that can get
But,
because they're
like,
surrounding you.
How you feeling about World War Z zombies, though?
Oh
Now,
my
see, that,
God.
but see, that's what I was gonna get to. Is
That is, I love that movie.
even that though, like again, you don't like people don't understand the destructive capabilities of like modern age weaponry. Like it's insane. Like the amount of destruction we're capable of at this point, it's like it's beyond human scope. Like you guys can't fathom like what like Hiroshima and like Nagasaki.
Yeah,
Those are like firecrackers to what we have now.
that is
like
true.
seriously, like and it's frightening to think about.
I seen like a comparison when it came to like military weapons and nukes and all that. It's like crazy.
Yeah,
like,
it's
the comparison
insane.
between then and now.
Yeah, and so it's like it's hard to kind of justify. Also, like I don't know, like World War Z is like one of the few exceptions that I think
This
could be
movie's
scary.
so unrealistic though,
It
but
is
it's
unrealistic,
Yeah, I'm
but-
sorry, but the way physics work is you can't just scale walls like that. That's not how physics works. I'm sorry, guys. As
I
somebody
do
who's-
feel like the most realistic zombie apocalypse would be The Last of Us.
I agree. I think that's a fair comparison. I think they did some homework on that, and like that's somewhat scary.
That's what I do like about the show because they made it more realistic than what the game was already going to be. The
Yeah,
game was.
Absolutely. I think I like zombie apocalypses. One of my favorite depictions is I think it was 28 Days Later maybe or something else. But
Interesting.
it's basically
I never actually watched.
fantastic horror
Great,
movie by the way.
great.
It's
You gotta watch it.
fantastic.
There's a new one coming up here soon.
I heard
I'm gonna
about that.
watch
Yeah.
it. I don't want it to ruin it for me. Anyway, I was just gonna say like anytime it's scarier to me when the virus has like an incubation period.
I feel like the closest we did get to a zombie apocalypse would either be the Ebola pandemic or the COVID pandemic.
I mean,
If those were more so,
Okay, so like, what do you mean by realistic or close to us being close to zombies? Because like, if you were to really think about it, World War II, we had some people that are like still surviving out of like their body falling apart.
that is true. But like, I don't know. But like, when it comes to like the virus, more so like the world like dropping in number. That's more so.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this: like, as bad as coronavirus was, it was bad.
It was bad.
Like, I actually think it was a testament to human logistics and communication nowadays.
Yes,
because if you actually look at like pandemics throughout history, that was handled very well. Comparatively to everything else. Like, I'm not saying people didn't die and like there was a lot of problems that happened and it was bad. But like, you look at like the Black Death or like the Spanish flu and it killed like hundreds of millions, sometimes billions of people. It like the black.
You know what's funny? That was actually, even though like it was way before our time. I remember growing up and learning about the like Black Death and all that.
Yeah,
I used to be terrified like that was gonna happen again.
Yeah, 2/3 of Europe is kind of crazy.
People try hyping up the Black Death after COVID.
Please don't. Yeah. Please don't. Like thinking about that now, like you just brought back a trigger.
Okay. Also, again,
well, like it's scary that it would come back.
Here's
though.
what is like comforting though is that like the amount of knowledge that we have available is so life-saving. Like that's the thing is that's why these pandemics and like the way things spread back then were so bad was because you have to think like as a society like information wasn't available to the public. Like the idea of like being clean and washing your hands, that was like commonplace in a couple areas in
that is one thing I noticed like during COVID. People are like, oh, wash your hands, and then because me being a clean freak, I'm like, yeah, I already do that anyways.
People don't though. That's
and it's just
thing.
It was
gross.
a big
it's
shocking
really
moment. It was a big shocking moment for me because I wash my hands when it comes to like the tiniest things. Like it's crazy.
What? People don't wash their hands.
Yeah, but
you know how I figured that out? Like I think working at this job specifically, because I do it on a daily basis of me working, is at my job now that I have an insomnia, I restock the bathrooms. You know how many people barely use toilet paper or barely use the soap?
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. And it makes me think, what do you use when you're in the bathroom? What are you doing? What
they
do you
use their
hands.
They use their hands.
I hope not.
It's gross, but they use their hands. Anyway, but no, like seriously, like common information like that and like medicine and like penicillin and like all of these things that we've developed, that is like what has led to us being able to like treat infections and like outbreaks so much more effectively is like abundant knowledge. Yeah.
They're Boy Scouts and they use leaves off the ground.
Yeah. I believe that.
Bro, I had to bring out the Boy Scouts.
Why are there leaves in the bathroom, Zach? This is not a latrine.
Sorry, you just had to do something to solve the problem.
He's trying to save
Open
trees.
window.
There's no... Show
Open
me
the
the
window.
nearest tree to insomnia
A
cookie.
sheet of paper, I don't know.
Ow.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
if it ever did happen, I'm certain that if it got really bad, nuclear fallout probably.
Ooh, yeah. I feel like Fallout is the most realistic thing when it comes to an apocalypse or apocalyptic style.
Here's my question. Will we ever get to a Fallout
I would think so.
being a real, like, but think about it. Just like what we've talked about before, nuclear weapons are a lot more stronger than what we had before.
I'm glad you guys asked about this because I actually obsessed over this. Sorry.
We'll talk about Fallout another day.
Another day, sorry.
Another day. I promise you. Either you were saying
I just watched Chernobyl.
Yeah, that's really
I
depressing.
lived during the
it's
event.
really depressing.
Yeah, it really is.
I obsessed with that. It's
but
sad.
honestly, like, I feel like that would like be the main thing you'd have to worry about.
yeah.
For the record, if anybody's curious online that's listening to this, if Fallout actually did happen, nobody would survive because our dirt would become polluted and nobody could grow any food and everything would become irradiated and we'd all die. Anyway, moving on.
I was gonna say because if you get radiation poisoning, you either die or become like something not human, probably like a clicker.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on to the next theory that I have here. It is called, this is like the most well-known theory by the community, or at least one of the more well-known ones. It's called the purgatory theory, where is Lee Clementine's guardian angel?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where you get into like the spiritual what ifs and like.
See, that's the thing. When I was watching these videos, specifically on this one, they were like not really like. spiritual, but also at the same time, it would just give us examples on like how it foreshadows, like this is why, like it. I'll go into it if you guys want me to.
I mean, I think again, I think it's just called story writing, and it's like,
Oh yeah, well
Yeah,
that's why it's a
yeah.
theory. It's not
Yeah,
confirmed,
exactly.
but like it's really cool how some people take it this way.
yeah,
I'm just kind
definitely.
of lost like guardian angel theory.
I think it means like yeah, go ahead.
He has a goal in life, and like Clementine's is his goal, which is to protect her, which is what a guardian angel is.
Okay.
Is to their only job is to protect this person.
I mean, I think it definitely holds up. I think it's just kind of I think it's more of a symptom of the overall story rather than like the actual main point. Does that make sense? Like,
No, I agree. I think it makes sense.
But I
yeah.
think it's an interesting take. Like, I think it definitely holds like some water.
It's holding some water. I hope.
Yeah, sorry, I'm full of those colloquial sayings, everybody. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of those. Anyway,
Well, I'll go a little bit into it if you guys want
yeah,
me to.
please.
Okay. So if you guys want to jump in, just kind of like grab my attention, like snap or do something, like wave your arms. I don't know, just so I can get your attention. So in the scene in No Time Left, with the opening scene of the New Day, you see like Lee get into a car accident once he got arrested and all that whatnot, blah, blah, blah. It suggests that there is less form. Like there's a car crash and blah, blah. It kind of like goes into this whole thing where he is living his last moments in this car. He's like the whole sequence of this game or season 1 where we are going on this venture is all just in his head. He's dreaming like his last moments, pretty much. The ironic part is that the image of Lee handcuffed in the final scene infers to the metaphor that he returned to his confinement, aka when he was handcuffed in the police car. It was also shown by the jewelry store. The jewelry store isn't like really that interesting at all. And it just lacks everything else, which infers that Lee never left the dark, clustered, phobic forest that he woke up in after the car crash. Sorry. I really tried to summarize this video as best as I could because it was so long and very detailed to the point I could only do so much. Lee was not given a hero's burial or a leading man's deathbed. Like he didn't really get like that last great moment. Instead, the player is presented with the reality that Lee is just another victim to the undead, pretty much. Hence is what is a great name for it? Unceremonial burial, like it shows that, where he's just handcuffed to the event so he doesn't, in reality, so he doesn't walk away and all that. Characterized by his conflicts and his decisions, Clem's sadness infers to the players as they shift their subjective perspective to her. In other words, the players perceives Lee to be an archetypical, to his importance as a hero and status and very recognizable. I am not good with words. I am so sorry. But in the real world, Lee has like no actual impact compared to what we see in the game, showing that he has no control over anything that happens over than guiding just Clementine. Because if you realize when you're playing just as Lee, every character around him dies besides for Clementine. I mean, there is some people you can save in this game as Lee, but 90% of the people that you are with when it's Lee and Clementine, they die.
Yeah.
Anyway, you look like you're about to say something, Quinn?
I was gonna say, just a little bit off and on topic. I want to point out how towards the end, whenever Lee turns, I really like how the point of view switched to Clementine, really starting off her story.
I agree. You were saying?
So one thing about the game that I really hated in the first season was you choose one person to live. Like, yeah, that scenario is like, oh, either he dies or she dies. That's what I'm like, I want them both to live. I want both of them to die. Can I just let them both die, please?
Wow.
Bro's brutal over here. Bro's like, I want them to
If I
die.
didn't want them, I'm like, this perish, please.
Who we'll go more into that here in a second. Let me do you guys have any comments before
I mean,
go
I think it's an
continue?
interesting take. I think that I just like I don't know. It's a very like it's a very depressing look at like how it plays out.
Yeah.
Whereas I think if you look at it for just what it is, I think it's more just a story about like the brutality of the apocalypse.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's
like, the whole important thing. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I am struggling with words
fine,
today. But like, I do agree with like the whole story as a whole is to point out on how society would actually work and operate during a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. Again, and this is just my take on everything related to the zombie apocalypse genre. It's like, I don't know, societies are really quick to form and like adapt. Like if you've ever looked at like how adaptable.
I mean, look at COVID.
Yeah,
people adapted really fast.
That's what I mean. Is like humans are really adaptable creatures, and like I don't know, like societies would like falter, but like I don't know, capitalism is really good at its job when it comes to like maintaining profit and power and resources. Like there's a reason that system has like existed for as long as it has. Like it fundamentally like is good at building. And so it's like, it's hard for those systems to like be completely broken down. So like, I mean, Last of Us, I think did a really good job showing that where it's like,
I'll say, isn't The Last of Us a really political take on the zombie apocalypse?
Yeah. Well, and I think it's accurate because like,
well, it's very accurate.
Yeah. People tend to search for central authority in crisis. That's just how
which is sad.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's necessarily sad. I think that's just how effective political systems work. I mean, that's how the Romans worked for a very long time was a dictator. The whole point of a dictator under Roman rule was that they were granted emergency powers for emergencies because, like, respectfully, democratic republics are really bad at making effective and quick decisions like immediately, like because you have voting and there's a lot of bureaucracy, which like is good for day-to-day rule because that means equal representation. That means a lot of good things. But like in a crisis, when you need like immediate action, that's when you see central authority leaders shine. Problem is like they also don't do great in day-to-day living, and that's like. But it's just an interesting thing on like how humans work. Anyway, sorry not to rant. Sorry.
You're all good. I was about to do the meme like this guy, this dude over here. No, you're good. You're good. Don't feel bad. Trust me. There is an option where it gives the player to, of course, kill Lee or like let him turn. Right. What did you guys do? Did you guys kill Lee or did you just let him turn?
Oh, you gotta kill Lee. That's the decent thing to do for him.
Let him die.
Yeah.
Let him die.
Yeah.
Never made it so fast and killing somebody.
Oh, I want this guy dead.
I was like, I don't want this guy to come back and bite me.
Well, I mean, like for me, it's like
I mean, once he turns, he's not going to be able to go far because he's chained.
handcuffed.
I mean, again,
armlessly still bites you.
The big thing for me in that scene was it's like, if I were Clementine, I wouldn't be able to. I would say no. Because like I don't think it's really easy to separate.
I also think it's a really great foreshadow to Clementine switching positions with AJ, where AJ is in her position and I'm in AJ's position. No, you know how weird it was when AJ got into the game. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's me, but I'm not him at all.
Yeah, I mean, in those situations, like. In those in-game decisions, it's really hard to disconnect yourself from the character because you are the character in choose your own adventure games to a certain extent.
I mean, you're gonna have to.
But sorry, running out of time. Anyway, sorry. I was just gonna say.
Do you want to say your goodbyes, Quinn?
Bye-bye.
Hey, take care, Quinn.
Hey,
all right.
Take it easy. You're more than welcome to come back on.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Nah, I got things to do though.
All right,
No, you're good. Hey, get some rest, please. Take care of yourself.
Yeah,
I'll surely try.
but like I don't foresee Clementine's character being capable of killing him. Like I like imagine, okay, for you guys, imagine like your closest family member or like your closest friend is like gonna turn, like they're gonna die, and you have the option to just walk away or you can put a bullet in them. Okay, that is like an insanely difficult decision. It sounds like an easy decision on paper because again, it's like the trolley problem. It's sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so I would put in fact, what if they break free from the restraint and you see them again?
But yeah.
So far with this.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, no, it's an interesting reflection because it's like, well, you're reflecting on like relationships versus realities, and like, I mean, again, I think you're misreading that situation. Clementine was ready to leave. Like she had the option to just leave. He's not gonna really be able to go anywhere because he doesn't have any reason to leave.
Yeah.
He's just gonna be chained there for a very long time, and she's not gonna be going back to that spot. She's never going to see him again. So it's like the option is either you basically kill him and you have that closure, or you can like walk away from it and kind of still remember him as he was.
Here's what I would think. I wouldn't want to see my parents or my family, my friend, walking around like as a
rule
corpse.
because if they were like the cordyceps, you're not able to control your body, but you're still conscious.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the virus specifically works in the zombie
in
in the Walking Dead one. I don't know if you're technically still
think
conscious.
The show is really weird about it because in some cases they hint that like the person retains memories, but then also sometimes they suggest that it's brain dead. They're very back and forth about it on The Walking Dead. The biggest thing though is like you have to think like again, all of these decisions, like everybody says, oh, well, I would easily be able to make that decision. For example, I love this hypothetical. Say you're in the drafting of the Declaration of Independence. No, follow me, please.
I'm not following, man.
No, follow. So please, if you actually think about this, those men were signing their death warrants, okay? Now, because every single one of them was hunted by the British government. So, like, a lot of those guys died, their families died, like, it was bad. But, like, you know, you ask, like, a class of people, like, hey, guys, would you sign that declaration? And everybody's immediate response is, like, yeah, America, yeah, I would sign it. But then if you're actually faced with that decision, you can't.
I mean, with where the government's going now, it feels like they're trying to get rid of that declaration at this point.
Yeah, well, again, yeah.
It's a talk for another day, not right now.
My point is that decisions in the here and now, like when you're actually faced with decisions, they're a lot harder than they seem because there's a lot more variables. And what I'm trying to say is with Clementine.
Oh yeah, she actually knew this man compared to we're just playing the game.
And that's exactly what I mean. Is it's like this is like the last person that.
I mean, with how games are built, you're not seeing every moment, every second of the day. You're just seeing the biggest parts.
The key parts of it.
Yeah, you don't see the slice of life stuff, and like that plays a big impact because this is basically her dad.
I would take O'Bannon to like, should I do it? Should I not? But I would not want to see them either stuck there, not like as who I thought they were, and not or them not walking around as a corpse. I'd rather let the closure be there and let me just do it because it gives me closure, but also gives them I would say freedom because one thing I always like if you're a zombie, you're still on the earth technically, but if you end something, you kind of like let them free too. I feel like
and like I'm definitely in the camp like I would end it. Again, it's just a harder decision than I think sometimes people make it out to be. It's like the trolley problem. It's like, you know, do you pull the lever? It's like everybody says they would pull the lever to save more lives, but then you actually think about it and you're like you're choosing to kill somebody to save others.
True.
But see, nobody wants to think about that. Is everybody thinks like, oh well, I'm just going to do the logical thing. But people aren't logical, and that's what the show. I think that's what the game kind of aims at to a certain degree. Is like people aren't logical, and we're gonna make like illogical decisions in the heat of the moment.
Yes,
based on emotion.
I agree.
When people face like a situation of death or living, they let's say I ask you, would you rather kill one person or kill 10 people? Without knowing the the restrictions and like the complications, you probably pick the one person, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's say like there's like a more like description of it. So let's say you were faced with real life. You probably still could kill that one person, but
This is some crazy hypothetical.
I don't know how to explain it.
Man, you're fine.
Say that one person is instead like your mom.
Yeah, like
that changes.
What is my
them,
mom
yeah.
doing here?
I just couldn't explain it really well.
I see where he's going with it. It's like depending on the situation, like your ability to make decisions changes.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Anywho,
Yeah, sorry.
back to the
not to get
theory.
off topic.
No, you're okay. So you know how you hear like multiple when you first hear the gunshots and from Lee for the first time and he's first firing a few times, it's like a foreshadow to that Clem is going to end Lee's life. And the like I said, the gunshot is a foreshadow. Lee cannot save anyone besides Clementine, and it seems to be like getting like backlash from killing other people. He's getting those own injuries back at him.
Yeah.
Like every time he kills someone, he's getting something back at him.
Yeah.
And that shows by his love interest, which was a distraction for him, which he teaches him to focus just on Clementine and Clementine only, which shows that he's meant to be a guardian angel for her.
I would agree. I think again, yeah, absolutely. Like, I think again, like Lee and Clementine, it's like both of them, like they attach themselves to each other because like it's the end of the world.
I mean, doesn't Lee not have a daughter? So it's like the Joel situation. Joel wanted a daughter and never got a chance, and finally had someone that's like a daughter to him.
Well, and again, it's like when you enter these, like, I don't know, people are inherently social and crave connection in relationships, and it's like you got to think like those two were basically with each other constantly, and like they were all they had, like they were all each other had, and so it's like that is like one of the closest relationships you can ever have, and it's like to ask Clementine to like basically kill this person. It's like, man, that's tough. Because, like, even if it is a mercy kill, she still has to choose to kill him.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's really
It's
hard.
very
to
rough.
do.
And
Yeah,
talking about decision making, I know when it comes to games, they choose whether or not what happens in a video game. And there's always like, what ifs if this situation specifically never happened? And it goes along with the theory of that I found is, you know, the train?
Yeah.
If there was no train, one, they would keep going to the East Coast that they plan on going.
Yeah.
They would not meet like half of the characters through the stories. It would be like not the stranger at all. Just a lot of people would want to have been seen, and there would be, of course, new group problems that they would find and new people. But the biggest part of this theory is that Clementine, one, wouldn't learn how to shoot a weapon.
Yep.
And she wouldn't learn how to keep your hair short.
Yeah.
Which is the biggest part of the game. Yeah. So that's why, like, this is like the smallest and easy theory. Like, it's self-solved, but it just points out, like, what would happen if she never actually was taught how to shoot the weapon?
Yeah.
Like, what would happen? Like, what do you guys think what would happen if she was never taught to keep her hair short or
I mean, that's kind of
of course she would learn eventually, but she wouldn't learn.
Like,
she wouldn't learn as soon as she did. So it just makes you think she would easily die early on.
I mean, again, that's kind of.
I mean, she never died, but
it's where you get into. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I don't think she would die exactly. I just think that
she would be more of an issue than what she was.
There would be a lot more problems throughout the story until she did learn.
I mean, again, it's also like, that's kind of a.
I mean, I feel like Lee would make or find another way to teach her to shoot.
I think that's a born of necessity type of thing where it's like she'll learn those skills no matter what. It's just in a crisis, is she capable of like actually handling herself. And I think it would be one of those situations where she would be more of a burden for longer.
Yeah.
I just imagine a zombie's like just grabbing her hair and just yanking her back.
I mean, that's a common thing is like in zombie media, they always talk about like how you should be like grab resistant, and they say like slippery things are good, and like
Just gotta keep the bar. So you just gotta stay lotioned up, you know.
honestly, like yeah,
What'd you say?
get
be like
the
Diddy,
oil.
the
That's crazy.
baby oil.
Be oiled up, bros.
Yeah.
Um,
go ahead.
Another theory that I found is, did Krista really try to leave to kill Kenny? I find this one very like, I can see it. I mean, I never really liked Krista that much, but it just makes you think, kind of. I mean, you see Krista in season 1, episode 5, specifically, more and more throughout the season, that Krista and Kenny never really had a good relationship at all. They were constantly fighting back and forth.
Can't remember who was Krista again. I can't remember.
Krista was the one with Omid, the boyfriend girlfriend.
Yep.
Omid. Yep.
Give me a second.
So if you think about it, when Ben fell onto the concrete and get impaled as well,
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie, no. But like that whole scene when Kenny went down there, it just makes you think, how the heck, one, did Kenny survive? Because he was completely surrounded. And two, one of the theories to that one specifically is that he probably just hit himself underneath, or one of my friends might be calling in, actually. 1 second.
It's Quinn.
That would be funny. Hello, caller. What's your name? Is this Cody?
A random fan who would like to announce his appreciation.
Yeah, what's the appreciation of?
About you, my good sir.
You appreciate me for playing the game?
Yes.
So, if you guys do not know, for those who are in the room with me right now or listeners at home, Cody is one of the 2 people that joined me throughout the series. And he's very fond onto Violet in season 4. We don't need to talk about that right now. But Cody, what did you think ever since it took us about maybe a year and a half to complete the game? Did you have fun playing this game with me?
It was a heck of a journey.
This guy was bullying me a lot. Weren't you, Cody?
I was sad to see it end.
I'm sad to see it end too. I'm the same way. Like I said, we finished it yesterday. How did you think I played the whole game? Do you think I played the whole series pretty well? Without, of course, like with my own decisions, but do you think I had the right emotions, had the right decision making?
This man is heartless.
Hey, we don't talk. We don't talk about Michonne. Michonne, we don't talk about that.
I don't know what is going on in Brent's chat right now, but
that's okay. But anywho,
sorry, that's not the topic.
You're okay. What do you do? You think Krista had it out for Kenny?
Well,
because
yeah.
I mean, how in the heck did Kenny even survive that situation? Like, do you think that he just hit himself under Ben to stay away, or do you think he just at least killed 1 or 2 zombies to cover his stench up? Or you could just throw in one of your opinions or options. It's fine either way.
Personally, I think this. As you can see, I'm not very eloquent.
It's okay. But it's one of those things like Kenny deserved better from Krista, even though they never really got along in the first place.
Yeah.
But
Kenny was a bit headstrong.
Hey, we love Kenny though. He's my bro. There's a reason why I cried when he left.
Yeah, yet you didn't cry when a certain someone died.
I'm sorry that I didn't cry as hard for Lee than I did for Kenny. I'm sorry.
You are absolutely heartless.
I can be. Benny, is there any...
So you admit it.
I'll admit it now because you're going to keep saying it either way.
And I'm also never letting you live down playing Christmas Eve Minecraft without me.
Okay. All right. Let's get this guy off of here. Anywho, do you have any last moment comments before I get you all out of here for the night?
May the force be with you and live long and prosper.
I mean, may yet, but yeah, fair enough. May the force be with you. Take it easy, man. I'll talk to you later. All right. See ya. All right.
What's up, gamers? I'm back.
You're back. But yeah, my friend didn't really have much an opinion on Krista, but he just talked about the experience he had with me when I played the Minecraft story mode.
Nice. Minecraft story mode is crazy.
That was pretty crazy.
Creeper. Aw, man. Anyway, sorry.
I got a few fun facts before we take a small break and finish up for the night. So some of the fun facts is that, of course, Telltale Games was known for and based on plot and a lot of character development. Specifically, this one was based on the comics itself. The word zombie does not exist in the world of The Walking Dead. That's why they're called walkers.
Yeah.
That's an obvious one. The focus characters was originally supposed to be Clementine and her brother, and then was switched because they thought a pre-existing character would be hard to take on.
Yeah.
Clementine is based on the art director, Derek, I don't know how to say his last name, Sakis. It's based on the art director's daughter.
That's pretty cool.
Clementine was also the first thing that was brought to the story. Clementine was almost dropped from the game entirely.
Crazy.
Because they thought the players would not connect with her as a character, which is a pretty hot
work.
take.
Yeah, crazy work.
Doug, one of the side characters in the series, is modeled after a friend of Telltale, known as Doug Tobacco. This is why the game pressures you to save him instead of Carly.
Hilarious.
And then because of that, there was a group chat named Save Doug Facebook group was made once they figured that out, which I find was pretty funny.
Hilarious.
But yeah, those are some of the fun facts I had.
I'm trying to think of some fun facts. The Walking Dead has gone on for very, very long.
The show itself, yes, I agree.
As a series,
You look like you have something to say, Kane. I believe
I'll
in you.
say it. I think it's been too long.
I mean, I got bored of the Walking Dead show after the first season, but that's just me.
I mean, I think Negan added a lot, but then after a while, it kind of just kept going and going and going.
Yeah, I don't think I even made it through the first full season.
Dang, now that's crazy.
Okay, so for me, I stopped watching the show because it was just too... Why is the first 30 minutes just like sexual scenes? Like, why? I don't need that.
Annoying.
Yeah.
This is a zombie apocalypse. I've said this so many times on my channel specifically because this is my hard take when it comes to first a zombie apocalypse or apocalypse in general. You are making more of an issue for yourself while doing that stuff.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
You're going to have to deal with bringing a child into the life and like it's just another person to worry about. Like that's too much responsibility. Why are you so focused on that?
The problem that Walking Dead ran into is the same that they got Game of Thrones syndrome, which is basically.
I heard they slowed down a lot of the sexual stuff.
Though. They did, but also in general, like the content. They just kept like spreading it out and like not again. Also, hot take. I would never want Rick Grimes' party to ever show up at my doorstep. Every single civilization they found immediately died upon their entry. I'm not wrong. Like if you look at the whole show, they meet like 6 or 7 survivor camps and like all of them fail and die. Like they're a plague wherever they go. Keep them out, you know?
I was just
No,
agreeing.
you're good. You're good.
Yeah, Rick Grimes' party is awful, and everywhere they go, they bring destruction.
I feel like the most entertaining when it comes to like media, like movies or TV shows. When it comes to zombie apocalypse, the most interesting adaptation, of course, like I said, of course, The Last of Us show, World War Z. But like the most like realistic would be Zombieland. So realistic compared to the rest.
I love that movie.
How so? What do you mean?
I don't know. I just feel like, you know, when it first starts out, the zombies are slow. They're not as like OP. There's just going to be the basics. So walkers and runners. And then after years of development, they're going to gain more abilities over years of evolution.
I mean, I think no, that's good.
No, you're fine.
No,
You can
no,
throw-
no.
you can
I
throw
wasn't.
your
No,
philosophy
it
in
wasn't
there.
you.
Come
It
on.
wasn't.
Go
No,
ahead,
it was Danny over here like panting.
I ran back in.
No, also I'm just really tired. No, nothing you said was problematic. I'm trying to think. I think it depends on the world you're in. I think the most realistic that I found was probably, I want to go with like 28 weeks later.
Okay.
Or like maybe like there's a couple adaptations, but basically it's like basic like biology, right?
Yeah.
Like you just physically can't have like an undead object
Yeah.
or like creature like continually existing without new nutrients or like new things coming into existence. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
like the way like muscles and like tendons and like the way the body works, you need more nutrients to maintain like movement. Otherwise, like zombies after like a month tops would like
Die.
they wouldn't die, but they would just stop being able to move.
Yeah. I agree.
So it's like it's again, but it depends on the world you live in. Because like sometimes, like I think maybe Last of Us, I think the fungi did stuff that kept them alive, and like
Yeah.
again,
Well, it's because it's cordyceps. Cordyceps feed off of that stuff.
So like that was the thing, was like it depends on where you go,
And what type?
yeah, exactly. So it's like it depends on how realistic you're treating it. Because to me, like you kind of have to have like a sense of like what's it called? No, it's like suspension of disbelief.
Yes.
Where it's like in a zombie world, it's like the same laws of like energy and like, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have some like suspension of disbelief. Something that just hit me. Train to Busan is actually I really liked that.
I've never seen that movie.
I would
Really good movie.
I would highly recommend
What
it.
is it called?
Train to Busan.
Train.
Korean film. Really, really well done.
It might not be like realistic, but it's realistic enough.
Yeah, I liked that movie. That was really good.
Interesting. I'll have to watch it.
But yeah, like I think it also makes sense if like, you know, because like Left 4 Dead's another classic example of like zombies starting off stupid and then mutating into like.
I love that game.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead is fantastic.
See, that's,
yeah.
Do you?
I've actually watched that, and
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you on that one.
Yeah, like that one, the way that spread and like the way that was really well done.
Yeah.
You guys ready for a break?
Yeah.
Before we end for the night?
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry to.
Oh, you're fine, man.
I swear sometimes the 2 hours ain't long enough. I swear to gosh.
For real. Well, and like the topic of zombies in general is such a like broad. one.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, you can
agree.
talk about like, you know, the original. Sorry, not to get. Yeah. Anyway.
No, you're good.
Um,
We'll come back at 55. Give us a 5-minute break. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. We're going to be continuing on with the Walking Dead soundtrack. So yeah, this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. Enjoy the amazing soundtrack of The Walking Dead. Hello, everyone. This is AJ Ronick with the Plexi Film Show. This is WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative, and we're going to be continuing to talk about The Walking Dead. We're going to wrap it up for the night. I got one general question for all of you guys. The question is, do you think there would be a continuation of The Walking Dead Telltale Series, yes or no?
I think depends. Yes, I don't think they would continue with the same characters. I think they would have to do like a different time or like a different piece of like, you know, people and like in a different area. I think they're in a good spot where they're at now, and I
feel like I feel like they should just keep it done.
I think
I
so
feel
too.
like they're gonna make another story I think I don't know what they would call it.
What
but
I
it would be
think
another
I
story.
would love to see from the people behind Walking Dead is somewhere else in the world, because we only have seen parts of America.
Yeah.
I want to see what it's like in like England or like for anywhere.
Just
anywhere.
like, I hate to say an example, but like Assassin's Creed, different parts of the country.
literally,
the
like
world,
see
not
how other cultures and people have interacted with that. Because like, man, the people, respectfully, people in like Atlanta are not going to respond to the zombie apocalypse the same as like people in like Ontario, Canada. Like that's going to be completely different reactions to that situation.
There's nicer zombies.
Yeah.
Nicer zombies, that'd be crazy.
The cartel wiped out the zombies in Mexico. They're living normally.
Yeah. So I don't, with my lack of knowledge on season 4, do they set like a proper ending of it, or is it like a cliffhanger?
It's pretty broad of an ending.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
It's just, we think that Clem's dead. Just nope, she's alive.
Yeah.
And then she's back with the group that she ended with who's left.
Like the school.
And that's pretty much it.
Okay.
It's very broad to like an open ending.
Open-ended.
I mean,
they can easily like continue like the story somehow,
I think
but
they're in a good spot.
but they're in
to
a good
end
spot.
It. Yeah.
honestly, they probably, I don't think they will, but they could.
They easily could.
But with how long it's kind of been, I think they wouldn't and shouldn't.
Go ahead.
So it's for the promotion, right?
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
for you.
So we brought it up once before, and Brad's heard it with me again.
It's all you, man.
April
Go ahead.
25th.
Yeah. All right. So if anybody's curious, on April 25th from I think 4 to 8, there's a event at Penna Career Center where you can show up and pay $2 to enter a raffle and win prizes. And you can play games and donate money to a Children's Miracle Network event, which the money goes to hospitals locally. The money goes to families who normally couldn't afford surgeries and other life-saving procedures. So it goes to a great cause. You play games. You get to hang out with some really awesome folks. If you like to hang out with people and socialize, it's a great opportunity. Board games, card games, everything you can think of. If you love D&D, absolutely go.
I'm stoked.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome event, and the money goes to a great cause. So, yeah, great prizes too. So you can raffle and win those.
Yeah, like D&D, Catan, Magic the Gathering, stuff like
all
that.
that stuff. All right.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed listening, and I'm glad you guys were able to come in on the show. Hopefully you guys had fun at least. I'm so sorry that it was all over the place, but I hope you guys at least had fun. At least I hope.
Yes.
Thank you guys again so much for coming in. Thank you all for those listeners out there. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night. Stay safe. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show from WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. I want to send you back to the last few minutes here with the soundtrack of The Walking Dead. Anywho, have a great night. Stay safe. Love you guys so much. And I'll talk to you guys later.